Hi there, I'm Miriam and welcome to Miriam's Manor. Thank you guys so much for joining me back again. I have just a few quick announcements before I get into this video. So some of you have reached out to me saying, hey Miriam, what's going on? We haven't seen you so much lately. And for those of you who have noticed, thank you so much for reaching out and caring. I just wanted to kind of set some expectations. I have actually been going through an unbelievable season in my life, and everything has rained down and poured at the same time. So with that being said, I have not been able to make as many videos as I normally do. I am not going anywhere. My YouTube channel is not slowing down or coming to an end. It's just that life happens, and it happens to all of us, and unfortunately this is the season that I am in, but thank God, God is good, and I have the Lord, and I have my family and some good friends that are helping to see me through this season. So with that being said, I probably will only be putting out about 2 videos for the rest of this month, and then maybe 2 to 3 in June. I do plan on kicking things back into gear just like I normally do come July, because as you guys know, I love to kick off Christmas in July. And then from there, I will probably be releasing my normal amount of videos, Lord willing, which is about 8 to 10 videos a month from July to December. So that's kind of a realistic expectation for this time right now. So just hang with me, guys. I do have a lot of new ideas and content that I do want to get out to you, like this video today. So I am going to be working on 2 different ways on how to make topiaries, but today I'm only going to show you how to make one, the more simpler version today. I am so excited to release this video for you guys, because for all of you who have known me and who have been with me for a while, one of the biggest things that I always say is you can never have too many trees and foliage and things like that in your landscape. So this is kind of the perfect time of year to create some of these things and talk about these things and plan for these things, so that Christmas doesn't rush up on you and then you're trying to go purchase things with the masses, with everyone else. Some of these things we can make beautiful things on our own. If you haven't seen my video on must-see village trees that I released a couple of weeks ago, those were aquatic trees that are a fantastic option for village trees that you can buy right now and secure them for your village this season. I do know that last year, a lot of you expressed that there were empty shelves for a lot of village pieces, village accessories, as well as trees. I'm not sure yet if they are expecting that same type of bottleneck for this year, but with what happened last year, I am planning ahead. And I know some of you already are too, because you've sent me emails and comments and things like that, and you're already planning out 2022, which is really awesome. So let's get into the materials needed for this project today. I picked up these little round craft styrofoam balls from Michael's. They also sell this exact same brand at Walmart, and I believe it was like 50 cents cheaper at Walmart. And I picked them up in 2 different sizes, as you can see. I have some thin dowel rods that I picked up from Michael's. And again, you can find dowel rods at Michael's, Walmart, Hobby Lobby. These little miniature pots, I so love these. And they also have that traditional kind of like A-frame style that usually looks like terracotta pots. They do have that style as well, but I just love the shape of these. And these were like $3 for the bag of 3. I got these at Hobby Lobby, and I will also add pictures of all this stuff up close for you guys and link it in the description box so you know exactly where to find all this stuff. A couple of paintbrushes, a paper plate, some wax paper, regular glue, this Woodland Scenics Coarse turf. You can find this on Amazon, and it is a Prime product as well on Amazon. Or you can go directly to woodlandscenics.com and order it from there. But I don't believe their shipping is free. And it's about the same price, I think, between Amazon and Woodland Scenics. But you guys know I love Woodland Scenics products. So This particular coarse turf, they do have a fine turf as well. So if you want to get the look that I'm going to show you today, make sure you get the coarse turf for this. And then some brown and green paint. The reason I have the two different ones is because this is like an olive tone for turf. So I have to blend my paint underneath to get it as close to this as possible. But if you can find a paint color that just mirrors this, you don't have to do the two steps, just one. And that's it. So let's go ahead and jump into this and get started. So I almost forgot one last thing. I am going to be painting my little pots white because this whole project is actually going to be used for my bed and breakfast scene. And I am using a lot of white in that particular space. So I am going to paint a couple of these pots white that I know that I want to use this for. And there is a little hole that's on the inside of this as well that I think this little dowel rod actually might fit all the way through. Oh, it does. So I'm gonna start off just painting these pots. If you have spray paint, I would have loved to do this actually with spray paint because then it just gives it like such a perfect smooth finish. But I'm gonna use what I have today for this. And my paint for some reason is like really thick and goopy, so it's not going on as smooth as I would like, but I can take just like a little light wet sandpaper and sand it down once it dries and make it a little bit more of a smoother finish. Okay. So I'm gonna put that off to the side. And now the next thing that I'm going to do is just take a little bit of brown paint. And what I usually do for this, I don't use a paintbrush to paint my dowel rods, you guys. I literally just put some paint between my fingertips, some brown paint, and just rub it on. I know it's messy, and for those of you who don't like to get your hands messy, this isn't the option for you. Just use a paintbrush. But I don't know, I feel like it makes it dry easy because I don't need to use as much paint, and I can get the color on kind of smoothly and evenly. So I'm gonna paint a couple of these. I told you guys a long time ago, for those of you who were watching, like I rarely have my nails done, and I love the look of it, but I rarely do it because I'm either always crafting and getting my hands and my nails just an absolute mess, or from my garden. When I work in my garden, it's so hard to keep pretty nails with soil and dirt all in them because I don't wear gardening gloves. You see, I don't wear gloves when I craft. I definitely don't wear gloves in the garden. Only when I'm working with like neem oil, I'll put some gloves on. But other than that, I always garden barehanded. So such is life. Oh, and that one's kind of bent. You can see how that particular one bends a little bit. So I might not use that one because my bed and breakfast grounds are going to be more a formal style garden. So I do want to make sure that all of my topiaries are nice and straight and beautiful and pretty. So I want to make sure that the sticks that I choose for this are definitely straight. All right, so there we go. We've got those painted. From here, I'm gonna go ahead and start to mix my paints. So I'm gonna use a little bit of green and almost an equal amount of brown to this to get to the color that I need to get to for these balls. And see how closely this green matches that? So now I'm gonna go ahead, take my balls, and just start to paint them. The reason I like these is because they already have such like a kind of a cool texture on them, and I didn't get just the flat surface styrofoam because I wanted to show you this, that even if you just wanted to leave the balls like this and make them and not do the coarse turf over it, you can see it looks textured like a hedge would look. So I'm just gonna put that over on my craft paper to dry and then work on my smaller balls. All right, so we're ready to move on. I have a clean piece of wax paper that I am going to allow my topiaries to dry on. And now I am going to take my same plate that I painted with, pour some glue on top of that. So I did go ahead and grab a larger grain styrofoam ball so I can show you guys the difference of what I meant in the texture. So you can see this one is very smooth. This one is rough. The stick will go through this easily without having to like shove it in there. Ooh, that paint on that side is not dry yet, I just discovered. This one, because it is smooth and like dense foam, you definitely want to take your hot knife, put a quick hole through it if you grab these balls, and so I'll do that now. And just create a little opening on both sides. So let's see, I'm gonna use this for my top and bottom. So I'm gonna come here and just start a hole like that on the inside, and then follow that back around to the other end and start a hole on that side. I didn't do it all the way through because I don't want to widen this particular piece too much. But now at this point, this stick, if I can aim it right, will go through with ease and without tearing up the styrofoam around it when you enter it. So what I'm going to do is put some of these on the stick now and try to keep them all lined up. And I'm going to do a few different shapes and sizes so that I can show you guys what it will look like. So you can see kind of my lines are off. So I need to readjust this and straighten them back out. Now, if this does happen to you, it's okay. Just pull the stick out, realign it, and then, excuse me, and then just add some glue to keep it steady before you move on to the next step. One thing you can also do is cut the tip of your stick to make it a point like this, and that way it'll allow you to get that through there with ease as well. So there's the first. So I'm going to just do a couple of different like shapes and sizes to show you guys this, and then you can see which ones you like best for your own. The one at the top, obviously I do not pull all the way through. So we've got the small little one. I am going to take some glue and put glue around all three balls, especially on the top and even underneath here. You want it all to be covered. And don't worry, the glue does dry clear, so it's not going to show through in the end. And the reason why we also painted them was so that none of the white of the styrofoam shows through underneath the greenery when you add it. That way you don't have to use as much of the coarse turf, because coarse turf is more expensive than paint. And if you just want to save yourself a few bucks and make your coarse turf stretch for other products, if you paint your balls underneath first, then you don't have to use as much coarse turf to cover all the white. Okay, so we've got this here, and now I am going to take this wax paper. I'm gonna open this up on the big side and just drop this over this like this. Now what I'm also gonna lightly do, once I have a good amount over some of the areas, is I'm just gonna lightly press this down into the glue. And it's up to you if you wanna leave a part of your stem showing. Make your gaps just a little bit larger between your balls if you want the stems to show. Some topiaries, you can see the wooden stem between, and some people cut theirs to where you only see the shape of the actual green ball. So it's just your personal preference and how you want the completed or the final product look to be. Okay. I am going through with a thinner stick here, rubbing some of the greenery away from my trunk because I do think I want a little bit of mine to show through. And so that is one using all of the same size. Now, you can also see if the sticks go all the way through, like this one does. You can set it there and just cut this off at the bottom. Or you can leave your stick on and use it like a tree in the ground and just stick it down into your styrofoam base if you do work with a styrofoam base. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of these all put together, and then I will be right back to show you how it all ends up looking together. Okay, so there you have it. All four are powdered. We are waiting on them to completely dry so that you cannot see like this white here shining through. But I am going to dress these up in just a sec. Once they all dry, I'm going to actually let them sit for about 30 minutes and come back and test them. And then I will show you guys how they look all put together. All right, so I do have a little tool that I use here that I'm just going to go in and kind of a little bit more scrape off the inside of the greenery off of the branch. So you can see the three different types that I did. This one is the extra large bulb at the bottom, medium and small. These two are the same size, medium balls, small up top. Medium size ball with two small up top. And then the three small all together. So I'm going to begin because I do like the way the medium balls and the small balls fit in this pot. So this does have a hole in it like I showed you guys in the beginning. So I'm just gonna set that in there and then clip this off at the bottom. And I'm gonna clip that just a little bit more because it's hanging out the bottom just a tad that I don't want. There we go. And then I'm just going to set that in there. And look at how cute this is. Oh my gosh, I can barely even take it. Now, I do not think that I am going to glue mine down for right now because like I was saying, this is going to go in my bed and breakfast project more than likely, but just in case I do decide to use these somewhere else, I do not want them to be permanent. So I am going to leave them like this for now and make the decision to glue them a little bit later on once I get that platform complete. But then look at how cute this one looks too. the options are really endless with these things. What I'm going to do is put these in my village behind me in a couple of different spots so that you guys can see how the scale of them look in the village next to the villagers. Also, so you can see just kind of some different ideas how you can use these if you want to use them as topiaries, as planters, and also just as trees. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today while I made these cute little round topiaries. Please do not forget to hit that like button for this video. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel and join our family. We're a really fun and great group here, and we love to encourage one another, lift each other up, and share our best practices so that we can all have beautiful villages. The videos that I have coming up next will be another topiary video, but next I'm going to show you guys how to make a spiral topiary. I have been practicing this idea because, again, I wanted to go in my formal garden space for my bed and breakfast, so I'm super excited to share this next idea with you guys. So don't forget to click on that notification bell so that you guys do not miss that. If you have any questions for me at all, like always, leave me a line in the comment section. I will get back with you. And until I see you again, stay safe, God bless you, and I will see you soon. Bye.